G'day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at the latest event that has been added to DBZ Dokkan Battle Global in regard to the Halloween campaign. So we got a new Halloween unit, it seems. You can tell which ones are Halloween units because in their passives they all feature something to do with candy. And we get a pretty interesting one. This is a brand new event, so it's 2 androids, pretty much just an event about Android 8, otherwise known as Ada from Dragon Ball Saga, and of course from Android 17 from Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. Now this looks like a Halloween one-shot. Basically you just have 2 stages. Android 8 drops from stage 1 as an SSR, and the Android 8 Awakening medals drop from stage 2. You can see there's a chance for you to receive a multitude of rewards. As always, they like to do a little bit of trick or treat, I guess. If you land on the panels, you can get 1 Zenny, or a couple 100,000, or some treasure gems, or some training items. When you awaken Android 8, he will awaken into Android 8 and 17, which is pretty good. It's pretty nice to see. It's a nice little combination there. They are only on androids and combined forces or joined forces, but it's still pretty interesting to see, and they have a pretty cool passive as well. You will receive a boost by using the joined forces category, which will allow you to obviously run a higher boost for this team. You will get 1 stone for each stage, so that's a total of 2 stones, and there are some missions. Those missions are relatively straightforward, and we'll take a look at them just now. But we'll tackle the first stage. You're going to want to choose Joined Forces category. Now, obviously, we can organize the Joined Forces category as quickly as possible by just using some free-to-play units. There are plenty of Joined Forces units for that. So there are a lot of options for you to fill out the team. Obviously, some of them will have required you to have been around for a while. As a friend lead, you're probably going to want to take the Android 17 and Frieza unit from the from the anniversary, sorry, not the worldwide download celebration. There's just been so many big events lately. But you're going to want to take the Android 17 and Frieza unit from the anniversary, and then you're going to want to obviously pair them up with as many joined forces units as you can. Now, free to play is very strong for joined forces. We have units like Boo and Babidi. We have the other Halloween units like Grandpa Gohan and Pan and Ghost Tanks and the like of units there. You've also got obviously the friend summon Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. You've got Videl. You've got so many different joined forces options. In terms of free to play joined forces leads, I would suggest the Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 or the Frieza and Sorbet units. That's probably going to be your best bet. Otherwise, just fill up on as many free to play LR units as possible. Then you have pretty much the highest guaranteed effect that you can get, and you can run that team. Otherwise, you can use the Metal Cooler as an extreme type lead and run him. The event's not going to be particularly difficult, so you shouldn't have too many issues in regards to this. So you can just proceed. You can click on as many pads as you want. You'll either get 1 Zenny or a couple 100k, and you might get lucky and pick up 5 treasure gems as well. Something, I guess, to focus on if you really desperately need treasure, but other than that, there's nothing too crazy. Of course, taking on Android 8, he's not too difficult. We'll probably finish him in a single blow, and then we'll move on to the next stage. So very, very basic, very, very, very simple stage there, nothing too hard. And I don't think it needs to be. All these Halloween stages are relatively simple, being just 2 stages with with 1 difficulty on each stage, and that's really it. You'll see we got our first copy of Android 8 there. You are going to want to farm 14 copies of a minimum. He will likely get an easy A. It is just slightly difficult to tell whether he gets his easy A now or later. Last year, Grandpa Gohan and Pan got their easy A later on Global, which was a little bit of a bummer, so it's difficult to say whether they're going to get their easy A now or later. So if you want to, you can farm the prerequisite Easy A units up to 19 and have a second copy at 5 SA, but that's going to be completely up to you. We'll take a look at Android 8 and 17 quickly, and we can see that they need 20 medals, and we get those 20 medals from the second stage of the event. So if we go back and we go to the second stage of the event, we'll be able to take it on with the same team, same everything, and we're going to obviously farm those medals. Now, as always, you can use your boosts, you can use your oolong, you can use the new Bulla Goes Shopping with Vegeta support memory that gives an 85% increase, which is always really good. So you can go and do those, of course, or you can alternatively, do pretty much whatever you want to farm these units, or you don't have to. You can save your boosts, you can save your film if you want to for other items, and then you can proceed from there. But of course there is a second stage for 2 androids here. That's going to be where you get your awakening medals. We obviously need 20, so we need quite a few. It's going to be 40 in total if you are going to grab the additional 5 SA unit for the eventual Easy A, which is not guaranteed on global. Like I said, last year it was obviously delayed. But overall, it shouldn't be too hard. This stage will feature 4 enemies of different types. Doesn't make it that hard, it just makes it slightly annoying because we're going to have to take out a couple enemies, and there's 4 of them, which means if you don't get an additional, you're probably going to have to come back for a second round, which is always things we want to see when we are farming medals for stages. Of course, Metal Cooler and other units like that do really help out, but overall it is just a little bit of a schlep. But luckily we get the additional from Boo, and we'll be able to wrap up this in one go. So that's pretty much it from this stage. There's nothing more that drops from there. There are a couple missions. We'll go through them just now, but those missions are basically just getting 8 and 17's SA to level 10, Dokkan awakening them, and you will receive a stone and a refund on the orbs. Not all the orbs, but about a third, fourth of them. If you 100% Android 18 and 17, Android 8 and 17. So if you do go all the way and you put them to 100%, remember that you're going to want to probably focus on a crit based build, or you can just fairly split crit and additional if you want to. It's going to be completely up to you and how you like your free to play units, but generally I think these guys are going to be a little bit better, probably maybe with a bit more additional, I guess, but it's difficult to say because they do have crit built into their passive, but it requires them to be below 80%. I'm not entirely certain if they will ever raise their defense as well, so they do seem capped out, and a medium chance to stun is decent, but it's not something that I think you should be building into additional solely for. So you can see there they have attack and defense of 80% plus an additional attack of 80% and chance of performing a critical hit of plus 17% when they are below 80% health. So that is something that's obviously good, but I don't know whether you're going to be, when you're going to be under 80% health, what kind of team you're going to rock them on. It is a little bit difficult to say, but that's pretty much it. So farm those additional copies. Maybe hopefully this year we will receive the Easy A straight away on global. That would be really nice. But yeah, as always, let me know in the comments how you feel about the new unit, and I will see you guys in the next video. But until then, stay safe and bye.